Alrighty, there we go. All right, this is a busy day. So, how are y'all doing? Let's stretch a little bit. Everybody get your stretches in. Today, we're going to talk about State of the Game from last night. We're going to get your final grades in if you haven't graded it already. Bad Wolf, looking at you. Get your grades in because we'll be wrapping up grading for June tonight. And other than that, shout out to Server 121 and Sith. Other than that, all I ask is that you invite your alliance mates in here, get them to follow the channel so we can talk about all the things and provide all the backs that feed. All the backs that feed. We tried to. I was actually talking to both Hamster and Tiger all morning. In fact, Tiger got really stuck on that mining thing. He's been talking about it a lot. So I guess that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Good thing. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully y'all are having a fantastic Wednesday. I am going to be going through all my clicks, doing all my things as per the normal. So I guess I should get started on that while we talk about and talk to chat, which is all of you beautiful, wonderful people out there in the land of the internet. I don't believe any of you are real, but you're here. So all of the AI that is currently interacting with me is appreciated. Intimidator says, just finished watching State of the Game. You watched the whole thing already? Wow. Awesome. What'd you think about it? Make sure you leave a comment, by the way. Leave a comment, especially if you have specific feedback, positive, negatives. Make sure you leave a comment there. So, you're an illusion just sitting in my head. I agree, especially because all of Great Britain is just an illusion. So, just an illusion. Yeah. State of the Game, watching paint dry as I go deep in the mirror universe. Hey, I'm glad you enjoy watching paint dry. I personally like a nice lilac. Are accent walls still a thing? I don't know. Called it on Samo's Twitch page. Overall, not too bad. Well, that's good. Yeah, Samo, I did put I would call it slightly more condensed version on YouTube today, just because I do try to keep things a little bit shorter. It's an hour and like 10 minutes. So can't really call it short, but I know not everybody wants like things that are 15 hours long. So I did cut it down just a bit to try to get a lot of the pertinent information out, especially on the Mirror Universe and on the Syndicate events and things like that. But if y'all haven't, y'all are more than welcome to watch it after we get done with today's live stream. How do I access my artifacts menu while the gallery is upgrading? That's a good question. That's actually a good one. How would you? Yeah. The only way I can think of is maybe by going to the artifacts themselves in your inventory. I'd have to double check and see if that works. But going to the artifacts in the inventory would be the only way I could think of. Let's see if that works. Artifacts are under other, maybe? Where are the artifacts under? I don't remember where they're under. Artifacts are not under that. They're not under resources. Materials, maybe? All right, so artifact, oh, can't do it there. So I guess you will not be able to if you're doing an upgrade. So, yeah. Best thing to do is get your stuff done or just speed up that upgrade. Yeah, because you can do that with the Stella, by the way. If you're needing to use the scrapyard right here, if you want to access the scrapyard, but you've got it tied up at the moment, you can access that by going to your Stella particles in the inventory, but don't have that same mechanic for artifacts. Maybe something to throw on their list of things to do. Pirate, good to see ya. Live chat, another excuse to let weeds grow a little higher. Weed Whacker can wait another day. You're dang right it can. You know why? Because it's hot outside. I don't know where y'all live. I'm not trying to change the subject, but wow, it's actually starting to get quite toasty where I live. Now, I live in Louisiana. Hopefully a little bit of rain is coming this evening, but it currently feels like 41 degrees. Now, I say that because we're doing this at an EU-friendly time. 41 degrees Celsius in freedom units. For those of you who are American and you experience freedom every day of your red, white, and blue-blooded life, well, that equates to about 106 as heat index here where I live. So it's a little toasty outside. It's a little toasty. It doesn't account for the humidity either. But here we are, right? This is why we're all inside. We're all playing video games together because it's hot. So we have our favorite game, Star Trek Fleet Command, to keep us cool, right? Ray Hart says, watched State of the Game last night. You should just have Tiger talk. He was interesting. Obsidian, much as we like him now. He's sounding like a politician. I don't know if you sound like a politician. I feel like Obsidian Hamster came through with great answers. I really do. I really do. I feel like he came with great answers. Now, he came with answers that, were prepared, but I don't feel like he was a politician. I do think that, and look, I actually kind of had this convo with him this morning. I do think that as a company, they tend to err on the side of rainbows, puppies, and sunflowers. They do. Like, they will grasp very, very closely to things that they think are going well or that people may like. And you know what? I think that's also human nature. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and trash talk that. I do the same thing. You know what I do? When y'all tell me a piece of the content's good, I like really hold close to that. And then when someone says, hey, that's crap, I'm like, well, they don't know what they're talking about. So I think that's a natural human reaction more than anything. But I think both of them provided really good details and answers of why things work, how things work, and I enjoyed it. Hopefully you did as well. So, comment Armada chest needs an update? Sure, Edward. Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that. Wouldn't argue that at all. So, 95 degrees here in Orlando with a 108 heat index. Love it, Omicron. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful right there. I understand why they have an artifact event, but only for temporal artifacts. I don't have the answer to that question there, Nuts, but it's good to see you. It is good to see you. Yeah. Still would like to kill purples in the mirror universe to make canon. I know the tech isn't there, but I can dream. That was a big theme of State of the Game, is going over what is possible with tech. And when they say tech, actually in terms of like what the game itself can do without, say a whole, I don't know, 17,000 man hours being put together to design something completely new. There are definitely limitations in what can happen. Doesn't mean things can't happen, but it means that they may not be feasible necessarily right now, or development would have to happen to allow certain things to happen. So it's nice to get those direct answers instead of just a I don't know or I don't know, which is why I appreciated Tiger being part of State of the Game last night, so that we could get, okay, what feedback is relevant? What feedback can we actually push? So, yeah. Joseph doesn't like the War Room. I love the War Room. I think the War Room is one of the best things the game has added this year, and this is a year where I've been very against some of the things that have been added. I love the War Room, though. I understand that not everybody's going to like War Room. Thomas says, I need more information about how exactly to get deeper systems in the Mirror Universe. So, I guess my question is, Thomas, where are you trying to get, or what is your specific goal? And I can try to point you in that direction. Ooh, we need to go to the X board real quick, and I need to do a redeem to get more Actian juice, because I no longer do that loop. I mean, one of the good things from this year is that I can now skip certain loops thanks to this exchange down here. Let me decide which one I'm looking for. It is this one, the Mantis one. Go ahead and ring that little bell. Get my Actian Venom. I can go back to completing my refineries. So, let's see. Mantis and double pull, because obviously everybody out there wants their Syndicate XP. And then I'm going to get my ship parts, because I do want to upgrade my Mantis. And we'll actually get some research juice in there as well, so I can do some more Mantis research. I don't know why I'm necessarily doing Mantis research. Don't judge me. I just am. I really am right now. I don't know why. Just kind of am at the moment. Who's the 4th fleet commander, Janeway or Seven? Out of those two, I'd probably go Janeway, but I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think both of them have pros and cons depending on what you're wanting or what you're trying to accomplish. I think both can be good options. So as we go through the day, I'm going to be bugging y'all about this, reminding y'all, hey, if you haven't already, today is the last day to get your thoughts in the survey. We've had about 1,600 people participate so far. Today is the last day to get it in. Can you please show the tier 12 Cerritos event? Just curious if it's worth upgrading to get to. Yeah, I can. Let me finish doing my refines real quick, because y'all know how this game is. There's a good 45 minutes of your day that's spent clicking. And let me go ahead and get these clicks in so I don't forget anything, because I need to get them. I need to get all my clicks. And then we will go take a look at that event, Omicron. Just remind me as we finish up this run. Bean says I'm doing that too. It's not too expensive and it satisfies my completionist tendencies. I'll be honest, part of the reason I do it, Meme, as dumb as it is it's research that doesn't cost like uncommon materials, but still allows me to build power as I chase, people that are like my quote unquote rival, like Fred that we've talked about, who has jumped ahead of me by a few million since he went to level 50. So it gives me like, okay, let me make sure I'm finishing all of my content. I talk about it all the time, right? That you do want to finish the content for your level. that kind of plays into it a little bit as well. Do need to go do the Cerritos today though. And then get this double pull in. Here we go. Definitely want those 1 day speed ups. Get our territory pulls in. It's wild to me that with 3 straight years, I'm still pulling territory, man. You need so much territory sauce. You need a lot of territory sauce. Well, let me go ahead and pull this because I need these. Still pulling it all this time later. And I go ahead and do a double pull of my Beryllium A, get some liquid Beryllium D, some more mirror dust. We'll go into our trade-ins here. And then I'll, of course, go after this one because I want to get more research done. And I'm going to go crazy for y'all. And I'm going to do the double pull. And not as much as I wanted, but I did get some epics. That's neato, I guess. And then I do actually pull this one. I'm one of those guys trying to upgrade my holo deck as quickly as possible. I got several dailies to do. Okay, so let's go take a look at that event for the man, the myth, the legend, Omicron Nelson. Great to see you. So let's jump on over to the Cerritos tab. And here are the different events. So if y'all don't remember, there are 3 different types of events for the Cerritos. And once you max it out at tier 12 and are level 50 plus, you'll get the second contact elite SMS, which pays out this currency right here, the rare Culver particles, which is essentially kind of like, I guess you can kind of call it primes for the Cerritos, if you will. You need to collect Culver particles to do things and to get new researches, as well as what I would say, at least for the level that I'm at 50, is a pretty daggum good payout in terms of totals. It's not mind-blowing, but it's definitely worth doing. But the main thing there is for the Culver particles, and then of course you have the leaderboard if you want to go after Mariner. I'm mostly doing it for the particles, the Culver particles. So you hit 59 last weekend and built your Vrax. Hey, congrats, Nelson. Congrats. Very nice. Are you planning a video covering which G5 epic ship is best? Not anytime soon, just because there aren't many people there. But I will. The answer is there isn't a best at level 60. It's literally pick what you want. There's no such thing as best in that because, well, simple answer. All research and stuff now. Yeah, go do the survey, Grim. Go get it done. Go get it done. Appreciate you, Grim. But yeah, as we get more and more players leveling up into that area of the game, I will make more content for it. But as always, the YouTube content on Twitch, we do tend to get a little bit more G6 related because we have a lot of our G6 players who come through. But on YouTube, we tend to focus mostly on where the average players are at, which is 30s, 40s, some 50s content. That doesn't mean I won't do it, but just that it's not a focal point. But it does get here and there a little bit of love. I'm gonna go ahead and collect this so we can get more epics and more rares. And that way I can go and do a couple more of these pulls. I'm going through all of my clicks. There's a lot of them. Just a lot of them. Yeah. Have that event, but my Cerritos is not maxed. Then are you sure you have the same event, Elvin? All right, done. And post link to the alliance. Thank you so much, Stingray. Greatly appreciated. Are you planning a video? Oh, I answered that one. My bad. My bad. There are 3 researches you can do with the rewards from maxing the Cerritos. Yes, which is why I will be doing those. And I don't know if I'd call them like amazing or anything, but they're good researches. So go ahead and do that because I do my artifact pulls. I'm a big fan of the artifacts for a couple different reasons, but I'm a big fan of the artifacts. What's the California class event for your Cerritos? The California class event is to simply get the Cerritos. And I've just never completed that event. That event is meant to be completed 10 times and give you the Cerritos, and I've just never completed it. Because I already have the Cerritos. So that's why I still have that event. All right, let me make sure I've got all these. Go ahead and claim. Both the Mirror Universe cost to go to each system is reduced, and when you go to MU system, the timer gets reset. Now, the timer getting reset would be interesting. I will say, in terms of cost reduction, Brigadier Jones, don't know if you are aware of this. There actually is a research in the Mirror Universe research tree for that. So, you don't save your rares and epic export credits for the research and favors? No, I don't. I mean, I do some, but I'm focusing on other things with those at the moment. Now, you can see I've done quite a few. Are there more that I could do? Yes. Am I choosing to go after more artifacts and stuff first and then finish that and then do other things? I am. Main reason is because I'm pushing really hard to try to get this to level 50. So I need to pull those. You can see I'm 96 away from taking my artifact gallery to level 50, which will allow me to upgrade a lot of these different ones that are just sitting there waiting. So that's why I'm investing so heavily in that. Now, I will reroute at a later point to change that strategy, but for now, I'm trying to push as much as I can into that because of the different payouts. Artifact gallery being 49, I want to get it to 50, and that way I can get a lot more of mine updated. I keep collecting a lot of these that I can't update, and I want to be able to just knock them all out. So it's kind of like what Nuts is saying. You find your sweet spot and you go from there. And also get some nice pulls on this one. Hey, another Boar Queen's Remains, which is kind of an outdated one at this point, but we'll take it. And going through our temporals, so go ahead and grab 3 more of that. I think I'm 1 day away from unlocking the Book of Costamogen. Probably get it tomorrow. Oh no, it's today. Today is the day. We get the Book of the Costamogen. All right, well, there's another 400% bonus to my ship's hull health. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but it's an amount. That's something. That's something. There's motion at my front door. Let me see. I am expecting a package. Let me check what that is real quick. I think that was a package I was waiting on, so I'll be right back. It's a package that has to be refrigerated. So 1 second. Sorry. Sorry, it was just my wife walking around, so lame. All right, I'm back. Apologies. Chris says, hey, is it worth getting mirror data for PvP? I have Mirror Picard and also the other meta crew, Carol, Lorca, and Worf. Mirror Picard, to be optimally effective, needs data. So yes, if you're wanting to heavily participate in that PvP loop, you're going to want data. Why does it say that I still have something I need to do there? I don't know. It's annoying. I don't know why it shows that I have a notification, but it does. It shows I have a notification, but I don't have one. That's really annoying. And yeah, Stingray, entertain yourselves. You're a grown man. I assume you're a grown man. Entertain yourself. I got the refit for the NX-01. What actually is the benefit of having it? So did you just get it today, Brigadier Joe? If you just got it today, you won't probably see anything. But the benefit of it is it's going to give you an extra token as well as a little bit of resources. So that is something I can't show you because actually we just pulled it earlier in the show. But when you do the pull, after you've obtained it, it's going to give you an extra token to go to the aquatic systems and a little bit of resources every single day. So I'm actually sitting on quite a few of those tokens at the moment as I'm working on getting my NX-01 tier 6. Once I get to tier 6, I'll be able to switch which type of cheese crew I use. And actually, I should have checked it today because I could have done it today. And I actually just went and spent all those rares. So now it's something I'll have to wait until tomorrow unless I want to get crazy and do a trade down. Yeah, let's get crazy and do a trade down. I will say I appreciate Scopely creating trade down mechanics. I do like that. So now I can actually take the Enterprise NX-01 to tier 6. Want to include that mirror data will be tier 1. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's tier 1, you need him. Now, you might still want to run Dazok below Dex just to try to guarantee you're getting that proc. But yeah, absolutely. If you're going to get Mirror Universe Picard and run the new meta, you're going to want data. So, and you're right, Daniel, I can now do my refines again. So now we can go see how far we can get. And then you can see that I start needing epics and stuff. So that's fun. But I think I can switch at a fresh tier 6 and a boost. I don't know if Meme is still here and has the chart handy, but I think a fresh tier 6 and a boost, I can do it. We'll see. So we'll go ahead and do this pull. It'll give us 24, 86, 235. And let's go ahead and do this one. Double pull that, 260 chips, 740. And see, you talk about saving rares and epics. That chip boost is something I should go do. And now I can show you what this does. You see, I'm going to get an extra Delphic Expanse token as well as a little bit of resources. Not going to be something that you necessarily get too excited about, but it's a little bit. Here, let's go risk it, no biscuit, and we get burned. Let's see if we get burned on this one, and we kind of got burned, but that's just the nature of getting risky. So we've now taken that to tier 6. Which means that we could attempt to get really crazy and run the second cheese crew. Is there much point in doing the Defiant middle and lower row researches? Honestly, no. So the lower rung of researches for the Defiant is only for assaults. The middle rung is for group armadas. I mean, you want to do them just so that you can get them done. They usually don't cost anything. But in terms of like, are they really going to be impactful or that you're probably going to use them? You're probably not going to use them. Here's what we're going to do. Let's go see how this thing does naked with maybe a Cerritos boost. And we'll go take on some of the new things. So what we're going to do is Pike, Enterprise Data, and then Harrison. Where is Mr. Harrison, sir? Let me find you. Let's go find you. Passed you already? Where? You be right here? Where's Harrison? Oh, after. Duh. Wow. Brains are hard to use. If I ever tried to use a brain before, it's very difficult. Adam Stargate, thank you for deciding to be a cadet. Appreciate the support. Discovery's going to take forever. Can't wait to see an event. If you're working on getting the Discovery Ceros, Saturdays, Cosmic Cleanup, and then event stores. Saturdays, Cosmic Cleanup, and then event stores. Now we're going to swap this for our Enterprise, where we got it over here. Oh, should let me swap already. Swap ship right there. And I'll live with that because we just need damage runs. So that'll be fine. And let's go see how it runs. And I'll put the Cerritos out there. So, he's on vacation. It's summer. Oh, okay. You do the middle research and Defiant research will allow you to punch up your ability to solo kill RKF armadas. Well, so there's a reason to do it. You know, I don't know how many people who do a lot of soloing armadas. You know, in my alliance, if you launch an armada, people are coming unless you specifically say stay out of there. But generally, people are going to attend. So, chart indicates you'll probably need max 4 and higher Titan trigger research. I probably will, but we're going to go test it out to see for ourselves because I've got tons of tokens. I'm going to blow through this real quick. Ignore the blowing of the XP to get that up. We're going to go take a look at it just to see. It doesn't hurt to go take a look and see how we do. So there we go. It has been tagged, and now we'll send it to a 40 system and see if we can do anything. But you see I have 61 tokens saved up, so I'm not really worried about experimenting. Lisa, great to see you. Great to see you. This is a fresh tier 6 with a Cerritos boost. We'll see how it does. What tier do you need your officers to be for the cheese crew? Which cheese crew, Brigadier Jones, is the question. I'm probably not going to find success with this quite yet, especially since I didn't bring out the Titan, which I guess we can bring out for another one just to kind of show this one in action. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I am also glad, Mihai, that the NX-01 does not have a cap for tokens. And we brought this in last night, say the game up a little bit. You know, just some things having caps, some things not having. I prefer no caps, obviously. But, all right, let's look for a battleship. Start with this one. Got somebody else in here. It is Mad Acolyte. They're either named Mad Acolyte or they're really angry with Disney. All right, so we won that one, but we got to check and make sure that we won it before that 5th shot. We did win round 1, and looks like I've got it. With a Cerritos boost, I can now effectively farm these battleships. So that's what you're going to see me doing here currently. I'm going to be farming these 40s. So fresh tier 6, I can now farm it at level 50 with my officers, Pike, Harrison, Enterprise E, Data. I can now farm the 40s aquatic battleships. And now my only problem is, oh, wow, what happened there? Okay, I did it the first time, fine. So it only got 2 shots off. How come it didn't work this next time? Uh-oh. How? Oh, I didn't hit any criticals? I didn't do just enough damage. So I need to hit criticals on both shots to do it. I need to do criticals on both shots. You can see my Harrison is 70%. Enterprise E Data is 70% and 30. So to do it consistently, I got to have Hugh pop every time. Or I bet we can really quickly change that by using our Titan. So we'll bring that back out. We'll bring this back out. And we are going to max fortify and Cerritos boost and send her on back. We'll do it this way now. Now I should definitely have plenty of shots to make that farm happen. And it's going to help for the event I'm doing. But when I hit my criticals, when both shots were criticals, I did fine. So I have to have RNG favor me. But when I did both shots critical, I was okay. And I smacked it. But that took both shots critical. When I didn't get both shots critical, I failed. So a little bit of Hugh RNG there because my Hugh is not maxed. I do not have a maxed out Hugh. Now I have changed that pattern because with the Titan, I have now just made it have more shots. So now I shouldn't have a problem. I guess we'll see. You know, the best laid plans of mice and men, right? Let's go check it out. Find us a battleship. We got 2 right there. Let's see how it goes. Well, I'm pretty sure we might have had Torres in the second one and it just didn't work. There we go. That one worked fine. Let's take a wrong one. That's the defeat one. Let's take a look. Yeah, so when you double shot, you don't have to worry about the crits being consistent. And yeah, now we're definitely just going to be farming with peanut oil now. Good to go. Now I'm just going to sit here and farm with the NX-01 while we talk about State of the Game, talk about grading this month. Here, June, if you haven't finished your grade, go ahead and do it because there are people who have said positive things. There are people who have said negative things to make sure everybody's opinion is accounted for. We're good. All right, let's see. Oh, don't tell me no battleships are spawning. That's going to be really annoying. I upgraded a bunch of Borg officers to win the leaderboard to get enough loot to get Q to tier 4, but now I don't have enough independent credits to upgrade him. Oh man, I could have thought about doing that as well, Omicron. That's a fantastic idea. And I do have the independent credits to upgrade him. I should have done that. Maybe next time. Y'all remind me. You're very welcome, Pilot, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you, Grim Reaper, for doing the survey. And again, this is a fresh tier 6. Like, I haven't even upgraded any of the weapons. So with these boosts, I'm just going to sit here and farm these battleships, get all these tokens, which will lead to, you know, yummy things happening. And need battleships just to spawn faster. But with me killing all these, it's going to open up avenues over here with my specialty chest, where I'll now be able to do both of these sets of pulls. Both of those double chests I'll be able to easily do now because I can now farm the battleship. What would you say to a 34 base coming back after 2 years not playing, same server as you? I would say you're more than welcome to come back, and game's fun. You can definitely enjoy the game. Do you have things to catch up on? Sure, but overall, yeah, absolutely. Would say come back to the game. Absolutely, tell you to come back in. But yeah, for the main reason I do this strategy, or the main reason people will do this strategy, is to get as many of these tokens when you hit the loot chest for destroying battleships. That one that lets you do a lot more pulls to get. See, that's a double pull right there. And if you can amass a lot of those, it's going to change how much you're getting, allow me to do more favors, and allow me to do a lot more goodies. Just go ahead and take out some of these, get them out the way. So, speaking of independent credits, I hope they look at the economy for getting them. It's a real pain point with upgrading officers you need to use a lot. It can be a pain point, I agree. I do think that there are ways to get them that sometimes get forgotten. But yeah, absolutely. We can always want more. 100%. Need tier 7 energy weapons? No, you don't. I'm doing it without tier 7 energy weapons price. But good to see you. Good to see you. You're seeing me do it without tier 7 energy weapons. So I'm just going to grind this and be honky-dory. Independent rep event? Yeah, maybe. You might have that many in the bracket since you left. Might be easier to get off. So are you talking to Brandon? My apologies. So kind of wish they would hide officers that you have max in the transporter patterns and see value in that as well. Let me go ahead and hit this. Just trying to get more battleships to spawn. Looks like we got 4 of them up right now. I'll go clear these out real quick. An idea for Scope? We found a way to show us where undone missions are. Yeah, I mean, that's been something we've been asking for a long time, but sure, absolutely. Any comments and questions about state of the game? Any comments and questions about the survey? Make sure we get all that in because today's the last day for some of that stuff. At what point do daily chests increase? Several different levels. You can see that on our master operations chart in my Discord, but there's various levels of those swaps. Like for example, at level 50, the 7-day and 30-day chests now pay out 5-star materials, even though I'm not technically in the 5-star economy yet. Cheese Cruise against TOS with Scopely? No, not at all. I don't know why anybody would think that. That's silly. And that just shows that not enough people on that server watch my videos. No, Cheese Crews are not against TOS. That's a silly statement. It's a very silly statement. Not at all. The ones for completing Destroy 25, level 39. Yeah, so again, those daily events do go up generally every couple of levels. That full chart, like I can't tell you specifically each level because there's 70 levels in the game. But yeah, they do increase, and we have a chart that shows when those increases happen in my Discord. May have already answered this, but when is the comp chest for the OFP overflow? No idea. Absolutely no idea. Each has to get a description of the top of each section or remind us of what each was for the month. What do you mean? I don't understand that question. What do you mean? So, and Bryce, I actually was able to already do it T6 without T7 weapons and no boost. My issue is I need Q to proc every time, and that can be a little unreliable as a tactic. But if I can get Q to proc every time, I don't even need the boosting. I just need Q to proc every single shot. So come on, Hugh, be better. Be better. Did I miss your latest State of the Game video? It posted today, Dave. So it just posted today. So after we finish stream, you're more than welcome to go watch it. It's right at 1 hour long. Had game designer Tiger and Obsidian Hamster from Community on to talk about the events and talk about the structure of the design itself. Cautiously optimistic about the future of the Mirror Universe. Same. I mean, I'll say the same thing I've said for going on 2 months now. This month, Pain Point, not super into, but long term, I think will be a fantastic addition and one that we rely on heavily, right? Yeah. How many hours do I spend per day on the game? Well, this is what I do for a living, so a lot. But when I was playing the game, not doing this for a living, I was playing about 2 hours a day pretty consistently. And that's not including just goofing off with people in my community and goofing off in Discords and voice chats and stuff like that. So, what's my below deck crew for what's right now on the NX01? Hugh Milana Torres and Nurse Chapel. Nurse Chapel. So, is there a way to proc the Apex barrier? Normal space outside the mirror. Officers, it depends on what research and stuff you have. to make that happen. All right, since I want to get these before these refineries have too far set apart. So I'm gonna go double pull both of these refines and see what we get. See, this is why I was looking forward to getting to tier 6. So this one, 555 and 1,000, not amazing, but not terrible. And then this one, 840 and 1550. So that's quite a bit. Now I do have to wait, 3 days to do that again, but that's a pretty decent amount to get in one shot. And I can just sit here and farm these for the foreseeable future. Well, Bryce, what I was saying is I can do it without tier 7 weapons and without boosting. I think you missed that earlier. We're planning on getting a ship for the Mirror Universe. If it is coming, I couldn't tell you anyway because I can't release future content that's coming. So, can't release future content that's coming. Luke, I take care of my kids quite well. Probably better than yours because you seem like a very angry person. I'm not. It means I'm probably a better father. But Luke, I hope you get whatever is going on worked out. I really do. Hope you get whatever's going on with your life worked out. I really do. Just finished survey. Thanks, yes. I appreciate that. That's awesome. With tier 4 Vortivore, max mining speed, I can get 3,500 raw Trillium A with a max mirror mining. 3,500 is enough to do your pull, so that would be considered a win in terms of Scopely's book because they want the double pull to be something you work hard for, but the single pull to be something essentially guaranteed. So got the one with 230 people watching. Yeah, are you saying it like that's a negative? The fact that I get to do this for a career and you're sitting there being a hater on YouTube? I think it's pretty obvious which one of us has won in life. But yeah, you go sit and be sour, man. It's okay. We wish blessings and love on you. Any hints if you're going to be in the Mirror Universe mining officers coming soon? I would tell you that the officer set for this month were PvP focused and that there's an incomplete set. So kind of like base that off what you will. I love people like Luke. 50.4K thinks he's won in life. No, the fact that I do this as a full-time career, bought a 4,000 square foot house, drive a Maserati Ghibli, have 3 kids that have no worries in life, and have a hot wife. Yeah, I've made it. So that's not making it to you. I made it to middle class, and I'm extremely happy. And if you don't like that, well, more power to you, man. Good luck to you in your own life. But you can talk to us about the game, or you can go troll somebody else. How's the wife? She's doing well. She's still recovering from surgery, but she's doing better. She's walking around now. She can get out of bed on her own. So we're about, 6 days post-surgery. She's feeling a lot better. So, and thank you, GSK. I'm very appreciative of my family. I've got an amazing family. I'm very grateful to have them. So, what do you think of the rare FT special? I think that in terms of Scopely packs, it's a great value. It really does come down to how much you're willing to spend. But yeah, if you like spending on Star Trek Fleet Command, I don't buy too many different things. But in terms of like overall, is this good? I mean, this is usually $50. This is usually $50. This is usually $50. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I get it. Are you one of those people willing to spend? If you are, that's a good value. I mean, we know this sells for $50. Right? If you like it, if you want them, go for it. That's 5 different things. Now you can get like the Borg Alcove for free. I've actually already unlocked it by doing my Q trials and stuff like that. But the dual photon warhead, I mean, that's something that you have to buy. So you're getting multiple $50, FTs for $100. You have to decide if you're willing to spend $100 in Star Trek Fleet Command, right? You make that decision for yourself. I don't like telling people how to spend their money, but yeah, am I going to acknowledge it has value? Absolutely. It definitely has value. And whether or not you want to buy it just comes down to being up to you. Oh, don't worry, y'all. I mean, I let Luke have his little bit of fun, and he's probably going to go troll somebody else and, talk to them. So it's no big deal. We had our fun, and now it's over. You're right, Mihai. Trolls are cute creatures. All right, so now the booster dead. We are Kapui. let's see what we finished up with. So in that span of time, we got about, what, 300 of the rare opportunity chips. So I can do that again in 3 days. And again, you know, to, what was it, raise point, you know, if I upgrade the NX-01 guns just a little bit more, it'll become even easier and more consistent. This has now changed how I approach Xborg. This will allow me to start getting a lot more of the favors and such done. And you can see I've already opened up quite a few that are now available, but just from the pulls that we just did, like the loot when you can run, which I really don't need. I don't really feel like I need that one. But the opportunity chip boost, when you see with me going level 4, that one's 5,000. Before this cheese crew, before getting into tier 6, that was probably just not something that was going to be reasonable to go after. But now it's pretty daggone reasonable to go after. So you kind of, again, pick things for yourself. I'm at rank 3. I would love to get to rank 5. That's more opportunity chips you're getting when you do your runs. Yeah, I think that now with the tier 6, I can do more. And because again, this is the 2 different cheese crews that you have. 2 different cheese crews that you have. I can put both of them on the screen because we did this the last time and we talked about the 2 different crews. Let me go ahead and grab both of them so we can show them off. So here is this one needs to be number 2 on the right side of the screen. So there's number 2. This is what I was using. I was using a little bit of a different variation, but I was still using it. And then here is number 1. Now, number 1 is the most important in my opinion. It's the one that applies to everybody. It's completely free to play. You don't have to worry about having any spending officers. But these are the 2 different cheese crews. So this one is the first cheese crew that you can start using as soon as the NX-01 comes out of the dock. It literally comes out of the dock. There you go. And it's a completely free to play crew. It's one of the reasons I love it. I mean, you get all these crew 100% free to play. You don't have to worry about buying that $100 FT pack, and you can punch up with it. The one over here is more of a, you do got to get Harrison. You do need to get Enterprise data, but it helps you start farming the lower level aquatic battleships, the 40s, to do what I was doing, just so that you can farm those battleship chips and then use that to get a lot of rare and epic export credits to then start really going through your favors and getting as many of those done as possible. Now that I've got a tier 601, I'm going to be able to do that. You know, Thomas says, what changes out to level 42? I mean, I don't have all those things memorized, Thomas. Again, all that information is in a massive spreadsheet that goes point by point in my Discord. Maybe we can pull it up here in a bit, but we're currently talking about the NX-01. So the crew on the right is what I'm currently using now. The difference is I did bring in Hugh just to guarantee I'm getting that critical so that my hull breach can kick in. Then I have Nurse Chapel. I could have brought EMH Doc. I didn't bring Morale just because I'd rather have Chapel there for that below deck slot. But bringing Morale means that you get access to artifact runs. But with me having Chapel, and I got Chapel to what, tier 2, tier 3, I think my Nurse Chapel is at now. That's just simply better for me. So how often does the second crew go boom against the battleships? If you meet the qualifications, it won't go boom against the battleship. But you got to meet the qualifications, right? The whole point of the second crew is for you to never see the go home gun. The point of this crew is if you can get past the go home gun, like it doesn't spawn, you can survive against hostiles you normally wouldn't. Like this one, the go home gun still exists, but you can punch up to, like, say a tier 1 NX-01 can probably do like a level 48, maybe a level 50 aquatic battleship, much higher than you would normally punch, right? The one over there is to farm low level ones, but never see the go home gun. So what crew do you use for Q Trials punch up? I mean, I mostly just use Pipe and Road Chin and then use boosting for my Q Trial. So is there anything I can dump rares into real quick? Just because we have a surplus of rares at the moment. Anything I want to dump rares into? Where's that Commander's Prerogative? That's probably a good one. Another 3% efficiency for upgrading fleet commanders. That's a good one. Let's see what else we got. That is a rare. I can do choice resource construction, maybe. Maybe. We could do the battleship mending for PvP. I don't necessarily use the Tribune, but I will use the Vorcha in PvP, so that's a maybe one. That's a maybe. Combat ferocity for crit damage in PvE is also good. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I don't really care about the Borg Armada spoils. Don't really care about combat stratagem personally. That's a regular one. Offensive repair stance 2. You see, I haven't done these because I don't mind. So these don't do anything for me. Efficient recycling is a maybe. It's a maybe, and I still need to do the kinetic storm and energy wave to finish those out. So, decisions. This is always tricky when you get a whole bunch and you're just like, well, what do I do? What do I do? You know, like ship XP, I'm not really worried about. I just send those things to auto grind at night. I mean, I guess I could make the auto grinding take less time. Galaxy plundering. Oh no, we can do the weapons ones. Just base weapons boost upgrades. I'll think about it. No reason to jump into it right now, right? Let's go ahead and do messages for credits. And get that in. And finally, last but not least, get that in. All right, so there's more faction credits. Need to work on saving those up because one thing I do want, I gotta save up my Klingon credits for it, is Vorcha Cloak. So I'm gonna get my rep back up at Guardian. I was already there once. I brought it back down. Now I'm working it back up. Get my rep back up to Guardian and get the cloak for the Vorcha because I will be PvPing with the Vorcha. Be warned out there if you're on server 20. There's a new Vorcha coming in town very soon. So, very, very soon. All right, what else do we need to do for the day? Let's go ahead and swap this back out for the Tribune. I guess I do need to go do all my normal stuff. So give me a second, y'all. Y'all throw your questions and comments in, and I will. Oh, there's Data. He's already there. I don't know why. I almost pulled in the wrong thing. And we'll get Janeway up there. We'll go do freebooters. But before we go do our freebooters, we got to make sure we use our Cerritos so we can get advantage on that event. All right, boost. There we go. Confirm. Pull that back and send this out for freebooters. The only way to get Defiant blueprints in Solar Armadas, to get the Defiant blueprints, you've got to do it in the Bajoran faction. So through the Bajoran faction, you'll get those blueprints. The other option would be event stores when they roll around. So when you have event stores that come through, usually every 3-ish months, you can take that as an opportunity to go after them there as well. Just checking. Cool. I want to give a big thank you real quick to Joe. The little contribution, weird amount due to conversion, live long and plunder, donated $25. Thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate it. You're amazing. Thank you for supporting me and my 3 kids. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do appreciate it. The tier 5 Voyager officers just seem out of reach for me. Take forever to get to tier 4. So most of mine, like Blonde Torres, tier 4. Right? There are other ways to go after them if you choose. And we're talking about things that I could do X-Borg with. If you go into your X-Borg, they're also part of the officer exchange. If you want to spend your rare credits here, you can, just to work on getting these quicker, whether it's unlocking them or leveling them up. Here's my Bolana Torres and here's my Neelix. And it's going to be a while before they get maxed out. The good news is they can be effective before being maxed out, but obviously maxed is better. So obviously maxed is better. Go ahead and hit this freebooter. Next time I can go for Mirror Picard. What do you mean, Pedro? What do you mean? Clearly piercing is a great move. Yeah, Ian, clearly. We love piercing. We love piercing. Oh, the next SSLB? Not a guarantee that the next SLB will be Mirror Picard. those export favors for the resource reduction and par reduction before you go to 53. I'm actually not worried about that, Dustin, because I've got like 40 trillion par still. So yes, those reductions are good, but there's other things that I'll personally focus on first. Yes, I do want to eventually get those reductions before I go deeper into the 50s, but I won't have any issue getting to 53 and paying for the very expensive buildings because of the amount of par steel that I already have. But you are right that the costs get really, really high. So they get extremely high, and those reductions become very, very valuable. Not the NX01 yet, but I'm still doing NX01 upgrades in the Xborg faction store. Noted, Mad Hatter. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just going to help your NX01 be more effective when it comes out, especially warp range. I find that is one of the better ones. The warp range boost for the NX01, super valuable. Allows you to go deeper in the game. Allows you even to get to some G5 missions that can pay out G5 crystal that allow you to get a couple of primes. So did a video about that using the Voyager probably 8 months ago. Some of me might remember when we did that. 8 days before Oz 42, wondering should I rush it? I would not rush it. I would not rush it. Unless you're ready. But again, I don't know your account. I don't know where it's at. You know, I have no idea where you're at as a level 41 player. I don't typically rush Ops. I will say that Ops 42 is a common goal for a lot of players to get to and then sit and, you know, obtain things, catch up mechanics, etc. But I don't know where your account's at. So I don't want to just say like, hey, yeah, get there, go there, do that now. But if you're ready for level 42, I mean, depending on how you're doing with silent hostiles and how you're doing with your Gorn loop, things like that, you could be ready to just go ahead and go up there and do it. But again, these are things that like you've got to know specific accounts before you can give too much advice. You know, where is a player at, and you know, are they ready? Well, you've got to see where their officers and the research and everything are at to really know. Hey, Jake, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, Jake. Let's go ahead and hit this one up here. And we'll smack some of these over on this side as well. Don't forget tonight, if y'all haven't already, come over to the Twitch channel. We do play 2 different games. So we're partnered with 2 companies. We got Scopely here with Star Trek Fleet Command and Gaijin that we partner with for War Thunder. We play both games, have a lot of fun. You want to be more part of the community. You actually want to be, you know, in the community, not just information, but you actually want to hang out with us. Go do that. And if you want to support the channel, we plug it every now and then. Don't want this to be just nothing but like, hey, y'all pay Rev's bills. I can't do what I do without people like y'all. So thank you so much for those who do choose to do it, like Joe from earlier. There's the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App links. Can't do anything without you. But because of you, my 3 kids are able to get the schools, the medicines, etc. that they need, all thanks to people like you. So I appreciate every single bit. If you can't donate, don't worry. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps. As a level 41 also, just now getting officers caught up, so I'm not going anywhere. And that's valid. I mean, I never want people to feel pressured to level up. Here, let's just use this as an example. All right, we use power as a measuring tool. Power can't tell you, how good you are, but it can tell you how, where you're at relative to everybody around you. Like the strongest level 41s in the game are 60 million or higher power, right? The weakest level 41s in the game are at like 15 20 million power. So it comes down like, where do you fall in that range of like 8,000 players that exist in the game? You might be like the rank 2000th level 41 is ranked at 37.8 million power, right? So they're above average, because if there's 8,000 players at level 41, that means they're around the top 25%. And they're at 37.8. But at the same time, that means that there's, 2,000 people ahead of them. So it comes down to like, where do you want to be? Like, where do you want to go to kind of feel that you've completed what you need to complete? For me, it's actual task in game. Like, how are you doing with solo armadas? How are you doing with Gorn? How are you doing with silent hostiles? Can you complete those? What officers are maybe you struggling to unlock or have unlocked? If you can get all those things, and you feel comfortable, well, then that's the point that you move up. And if you don't feel like you can excel in all those areas yet, well, then you stay there, you complete your task, and then you move up. So yeah, take your time, enjoy the game. And I feel like that's always the best way to do it. You know, the slower you play, the more you tend to enjoy the game. At least that's my play style. It's a lot of players out there's play style. It depends on what you prefer, but take your time, complete, set goals for yourself, set milestones, use tools like power overall to measure where you're at as a reference point, and then go from there. Level 38 at 19 million. Can't hit silence yet. So yeah, it sounds like at 38 you have things to do, but I would also say that, you know, nothing really changes between 38 and 39. Just go to 39, get your ISS jelly, upgrade your Talios, upgrade your Voyager, do those things. Sit at 39 and, you know, complete 3-star to, you know, complete 3-star, and then move up, right? What Ops 50 level are the best to sit at and get the most mats at, and then for rare parts? I don't understand if that's a question or not, Wade. That's not a very cohesive statement. So Dustin says I don't really touch the silent loop at Ops 57. So if you don't touch the silent loop, or you can't, that would insinuate that like your account's not where it needs to be. So you need to slow down, which I'm sure you have, Dustin. Catch up, acquire the things that you need. If you're struggling with silence, the 2 loops that you should definitely put a lot of time into, Gorn, absolutely should put some time into Gorn, and Formation Armadas. Work on ways to get more of those isolytic officers. That would really help that out. So make sure you have a ship that'll allow you to play comfortably at your next ops level. Yeah, that's a huge point that you want to go for, which is why I don't skip ships. Now, I might not get every ship. Like, I don't skip a 46. I don't skip a 50. I don't skip a 53. But that doesn't mean I'm going to get every single one either. I'm going to, you know, pick and choose. I might only get 1. I might get 2. Depends on how long I'm there. Or in the case of me being at 46 through 50 for so long, I've actually got all 3 53s ready to go, but I'm not going to upgrade all of them. Not going to upgrade all of them at all. Level 31, should I stay at my level or go to 32? Again, it's not, I don't know where you're at, GPX. The answer could absolutely be yes, to move up to 32. The answer could be, hey, if you're not able to do the content that you're at now, well, you definitely don't want to jump into new content, right? So only you can really know where you're at in this instance. I don't know where you're at. We can, you know, if you want to hit me up directly on Discord, I'm more than happy to just say, hey, shoot me messages. Let's look at your account. Look at some of the basics and kind of go from there. But yeah. I think I handicapped myself. I have the Enterprise D, or I have the Enterprise D for an Augur, trying to upgrade them all. I would say upgrade the Enterprise and the Augur. Don't really need to upgrade the D4 because you've got the Defiant, you've got the Talios, more importantly. You're going to get the Gorn Eviscerator. I don't really feel like you need to have the D4, even though I love the Klingons. I don't really feel like that's a needed thing. Go ahead and jump into these Armadas since they're running some Armadas. I could use some Armadas. I could always use more Armadas. So if I can sneak on in there and be a part with my Pylum, even though the Pylum is no longer my main ship. Assume I have all officers. What 3 crews should I be using to be solo Armadas at Ops 50? I mean, even if I assumed you had all officers, what tiers do you have them? Cisco, the DS9 crew should be your main one. Cisco, Miles O'Brien, Jadzia Dax. Second crew, Chakotay, 7 of 9, EMH Doc. And then third crew, 5-6 Con. Again, don't know the tiers, don't know everything. We've long passed the day where Star Trek Fleet Command just have blanket answers, right? That's a long time ago when we could just give a blanket answer. But I mean, those are 3 crews that I use, and I punch up pretty far with my solo Armadas at level 50. And if you want to use me as like a compare to, you're more than welcome to. More than happy to be that guy that you bounce ideas and bounce, you know, power ratings and levelings off of. Let me go ahead and check. Was I in that one? I was. All right. I got to get in. Nice. Nice. Look at me participating for the 86 million Pylum. And speaking of a crew, there's an Armada crew right there. So Jadzia Dax, he's only solos, but again, I just threw it up there. But I do still have Cisco and Miles. So there you go. At least we get Kumara BPs. Yeah, I'm so glad about that. Gave me advice the other day about my progress and was super helpful. Well, thank you, Caleb. I'm glad to hear that. I do try to be helpful to anybody that I can. Very important for me to help the community, fight for the community in any way that I can. So, yeah, that's a big deal to me, right? Because the community is the one who supports my family. I know I talk about it a lot, but because it means a lot to me. Without my family, I mean, what am I? What have I accomplished in life? So I appreciate everybody that lets me to do that. Because of people like y'all. Semi-bad crew. I mean, it's the crew that I sent. I mean, yeah, there's an officer that's not working directly. He is giving synergy to Cisco, but yeah, I mean, I threw up a crew because I saw Armadas. I'm like, hey, I would love to come to Armadas. Absolutely love to be there. Can't believe you made a comment about Kumar BPs. Our dear Red Bearded Man. Well, thank you, Jesus. Appreciate it. What are the overlords saying is the meta crew for busting stations? I don't know. I don't think they've posted anything like that for station busting. I haven't seen them post anything. Certainly wasn't in the magazine they put out for VIP. Where should I be at with my M score at Ops 39? The highest you can be at your M score at 39 is M100. Where are you currently at, Grim Reaper? M100 would be kind of like your high point. Where are you currently sitting? And since I've already done this, I'm going to go ahead and change this out for another ship. Because I might end up doing waves later. And let's do our dailies. Let's go ahead and collect all those. It also means I got to go do that refinery. Being a dad, a parent, that's hard work that never ends. Yeah, that's why I'm so grateful for the community, because they allow me to support my family. They allow me to take care of my kids. And it's because people watch videos and send donations. Definitely never want to lose sight of that. I mean, for those who are newer, like, you know, this house that I'm living in, the community helped fundraise for the down payment. And there is a massive mural. A couple of y'all been to my house and seen it, but there's a massive mural sitting as soon as you walk in the front door of like over 400 different people who donated for the down payment of the house. And that'll be there until the house burns down. So, yeah. Biggest pain point I have right now is silence. I'm working on critical damage floor and just unlock Hue. Any other suggestions to help me get them done? I can only do 2 or 3. Heck, if you're doing 2 or 3 and you don't even have the damage floor done, I actually would give you compliments and say that you're doing pretty well so far. Can you get better? Oh, absolutely. But the fact that you're doing that and you haven't even finished unlocking some of those researches is awesome. I just think you should give yourself a little bit of credit that you haven't even finished the X-Borg researches and everything, that you don't even have those critical floor set. You're just now getting Hue and you're taking 3. I mean, that's good. You just need to keep working towards that same path that you're already on. I'd say that you're on the right path. I mean, a lot of the things in this game take time. And the fact that you're doing that now without some of those other help items is huge. I think you're doing a good job. Just go ahead and collect these, get more of our parts for our Titan, get more of our research particle. Ooh, got the big particle pull. And we'll double up on that one. Then I'm also going to have to go do our Q trials. Never forget your Q trials, ladies and gentlemen. Always do those Q trials. We're going to do this again because it is Wednesday. We want to get that event done. Let's launch us a Q trial. I'm going to do the basic ones because these are all pretty beef. I mean, I can honestly do that one pretty easily. So go do this one. But since I've already used my Titan bonus, I'll be very careful what I do. Do you think the game is overcomplicated? The whole PvP damages and meta? Seems like they're snuffed out the art of crewing. Oh yeah, oh, absolutely. There's so much power creep. There's so much of all this other stuff going on. Has it become too convoluted and everything? Oh yeah, I absolutely agree that it has. I still have fun in certain aspects of PvP and everything. But is it a lot? Is it too much, etc.? Yes. I do want them to take a step back and, you know, reevaluate how they do certain mechanics. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to sit here and say that I think that PvP is in a great spot. I do think that PvP can be fun, but I think that PvP needs love. PvP needs love. What the world needs now. PvP love, sweet love. All right, let's go ahead and speed this bad boy up. And then we'll go jump in that one over there. Yay, completed. I haven't done uncommons in a while, so this is actually really good for me. Because I'm always pulling these boxes. Even though the 4-star boxes aren't very good, but there's not a lot of value in the 4-star Armada chest, I still want to pull them for various reasons. I want to get ship blueprints. I want to get faction credits. all those different things. So even though the value is not super high, I still want to make sure I'm able to pull them. And hey, Maxenheimer, how you doing, man? Good to see you, my friend. All right, we go right here. And yep, see, there's one that I wanted. And this one I'm always pulling, hoping to get that right there, those rare Armada directives, and then pull the tactical course. So don't forget, you do need to get your ACC up to at least 46. That's a thing that you need to do. Blue Cruise stack. We're on the same ship or different ships? So on the same ship, yes. On different ships, no. But on the same ships, yes, they do. And we'll just go do our last one right here. Currently getting our M score higher every day. I think that's something I might still have on Fred, is my M score being higher than his, but definitely got to get my research up to match his. Seems like every battle report is filled with Freeman crew. Well, I will say this, sit rep. The new crew that's come out, which is this one, this beats Carol Freeman. So here's your new meta. If you haven't seen it already, that crew will beat Carol Freeman. What level should we take the ISS Jelly to? Tier 1, Tier 2 max. Like, you don't need to take the ISS Jelly anywhere. You only want to unlock the ISS Jelly for the free event that it gives you that allows you to get more stuff. But you don't need to take the jelly anywhere. All right, we'll go ahead and, oh, an easy freebooter. Go ahead and claim that. Honestly, since that's so easy, we're going to launch it. Jelly scrap. Jelly scrap is not something that applies to most, so I don't mention it, Paulo. Until people get their prime researches up, the prime efficient ship engineering and prime efficient ship parts, that's not irrelevant, but you can turn it into a 4-star scrap. Sorry about that. I've crushed the new meta crew, so I'm suspecting they weren't tiered. So what probably happened, sit rep, is they didn't have data proc and they didn't have Dazok below decks. But if data procs, which means assimilate happens, and Picard does assimilate, then there's no shot for Carol Freeman. She's barbecue chicken. But yeah, if that assimilate never turns on, then you absolutely can beat them. So a tier 1 data and a tier 1 Picard can be beaten. But yeah. I guess I got to go beat this one now for my 5th one. Take it. Go ahead and do the 5th one. All right. Did we already finish this Armada? We did. Did anybody launch another one? Did not. So I will launch. Crap. Somebody just launched one the same time I did. I'll let them know. I'll speed. Let them know I'll speed because we just split. We split the streams. We split the streams. All right. Does that mean the jelly is like the Stella? You get another tier 1 one when you max your scrap? No, that's not what they're talking about, Josh. No. Crap. Now I need the Cerritos boost. Oh, well. That's okay because I need to continue to use the boost. I think I need, is this the last one I need? Might need one more, or that's my last one. All right, get back over there. Is that my last one? Yep, there's my last one because there's my rare Culver particles. All right, we got 6 here yet. We do. Speed up. Finally scrapping G3 Epics. Congratulations. That's huge. Obviously a big help to any player to scrap some of those. But yeah. Congrats on level 50, by the way. Congrats. All right, now we're here. We should be able to beat it now with the boost. 391 is not too scary. Love the name of that hostile, though. The Blacklight Pirate. Yep. Oh, wow. We barely beat it. But that's all that matters. A win is a win. Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or win by a mile. Winning is winning. All right, we'll come over here, collect our tiger's blood, and now we're good to go. There's a way to see your Apex barrier score level outside of reading the battle log. There is not, BC. I do think that would be a fantastic thing to add to the game. You know, something that tracks that and shows that somewhere in the game. But as of now, no, there is nothing for that. So. Let's do. Basically got most of my stuff done except for faction allegiance. And I never do this anymore. Would obviously like to do that just for, you know, few speed ups. I don't ever really mind. I should start doing my cloaks again. I need to get a new cloak ship though. I need to get a new cloak ship. So, all right, that's done. Let's go over to this one. And we'll keep launching and keep speeding. Yeah, BC. Y'all love my family theme. I'll talk about family. Well, Dominic Toretto, what can I say, man? He's an inspiration to us all. What other questions y'all have? And by the way, if y'all haven't already, remember, today is the last day to get your grades in for State of the Game. So if you haven't done it, do it today. It's the last day. We're going to close up shop, start going through all the results and doing all the tracking and all that other fun stuff. So if you haven't already, there's the link to the grading. Why ACC 46? It's a requirement to push into the 50s C. So that's why you want to continually upgrade your Armada control center, because it's a requirement as you push up. You need to get it to at least 46. Level 50, I'm spending more time rep grinding to 15 billion. Now I want Max, Kim, and Freeman. The rep grind it's tough. Don't forget, officers like Enterprise E Picard, 5 of 11, EMH Doc, etc. do increase the amount of rep you earn from kills, and the actual ship bonus of a Pylum, Coronar, Newton do the same thing. Don't forget those handy little tips. That those will improve the amount of reputation you get per hit by having those officers present on your ships. Yeah, and Admiral Freeman below deck, obviously. Thought you hated cloaking? No, I hate cloaking on Federation ships because it breaks canon, and that bugs me because I'm a Trekkie. But I don't hate cloaking. I actually encourage people down to like level 26 to get cloaking immediately, because there's some really valuable researches you can do with early cloaking. I just don't like cloaking on Federation ships because canon. I'm an annoying Trekkie. The Stella gets stronger after every recycle. Not directly. It gets stronger by you doing outlaw research, but just simply scrapping it will not make it stronger. The Defiant. Well, okay, so the Defiant is a ship that had cloaking, right? But, for example, the USS Akira in the game has cloaking. Why? The Enterprise from the Kelvin timeline has cloaking. Why? Right? That's what I'm griping about. The Defiant, I don't care if the Defiant has cloaking. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Bothers me that the USS Akira cloaks. I don't like that. That's just my personal opinion. I don't expect everybody to agree with it. I don't feel like everybody should be like, oh, well, Rev said something, so it's gospel. No, you can feel however you want about it. I just personally don't like it. And like ship abilities, they are under ship. Cloaks are not under abilities, are they? Yeah, right there. Ship cloaking. Like, I don't like that the Akira cloaks. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't like that the Titan cloaks. I'm kind of hit or miss on the Discovery cloaking. Right? I don't like that the Enterprise E cloaks. I don't like that the Enterprise A and the Enterprise from the Kelvin timeline cloak. I don't like that the Enterprise D cloaks, because before you say it, that's not the same thing. That one daggum episode, we all know Picard would not allow a cloaking device on his daggum ship. So this is just my personal opinion, being a huge nerd. That's all it is. I'm just a huge nerd. So. Yeah. Mentioned in the past we need more common and uncommon officers. Do you think they're still relevant today? The reason I'm a big advocate of that is because I'm so anti-power creep, and I think that the game should have a level of balance, and that it's lost that in officers. Hey, Nova B people. But there are still some that have relevance. Chin, for example, uncommon officer, clearly still relevant in the game. All right, so it just depends on who we're referring to. You need to swap you out real quick. Put the pure speed back on there for when we go and do a wave defense later. You know if the premium hostile hull repair that requires a percentage of the hull per round is reflected in the battle log? As in, like, it activates and shows in the battle log? It does not. And what other reflection are you referring to? What do you think Locutus worth unlocking from the Borg store? Honestly, all of my Borg currency goes to Hue shards. I have Locutus. I don't use Locutus. All my Borg currency goes to this guy. I want him tiered up as quickly as possible. I want him maxed out as quickly as possible. Locutus is probably the weakest of all the fleet commanders. Now, if you have room for him, sure, go after him. But he's probably the weakest of the fleet commanders. And you can kind of use them or not use them at your discretion. Hey, Sitrep likes Locutus. He's a mostly PvP based officer. I don't feel like he's a super effective officer or fleet commander. Sorry, he's not an officer, but he's a fleet commander. But he's the least valuable of the group. I mean, like, I have 4 fleet commanders unlocked. I've got Kirk, Spock, Sloan, and Locutus. And Locutus never gets used. I do invest in his always on abilities. But other than that, no, I don't use him. And if I had a 3rd slot, it would be Spock up there. I would have Spock up. So, finished with that one. Let's just go over to this one. Use Locutus to enhance your pilot. Yeah, that's fair. Look, there are definitely niche uses for a lot of them. Here's my Locutus. My Locutus has not been used a ton, but you did say that you can see that I invested in his repair logistics. I invested in his decentralized design, right, which is a max shield health buff. I invested in the Unimatrix training. I invested in the titanium memory alloy, which technically I need to invest more in. Why not? Why not? I can, so I should. I'm going to, and I'm doing it now. Look at me. There you go. Always on things are always worth investing in. But the other ones I just don't use, right? So unless I want to do it just for the power bump, there's no point in me really going after him because I'm going to use guys like Admiral Kirk. And that's my primary use. I do need to go get more things for Kirk, but yeah, stuff like this increases your explorers, damage against solos and group of armadas. I need to invest more in that one, but Kirk's my main. And then Sloan, obviously, who we've talked about a lot, is probably my personal favorite at the moment. And there's still things that I haven't even finished doing in this one. But I do have this ready, mostly because, like I've been talking about, my Vorchak coming. Excited about that. Then there's these ones up here. Cloak decryption, cloak encryption. Good, but then probably the counter surveillance, reducing the mid stats, probably more valuable, most valuable. Yeah. There we go. Was I in that one? Or, okay, nobody's launched, and there's an uncommon, so I will launch. I've got a ton of uncommons laying around. You max Sloan's level, still not enough FC credits to get him where I want him. Yeah, and then that comes down to needing to do wave defenses to acquire those credits that way. All right, and I know that can be a slog for some, but that's how you do it. I've got my NX-01 right now loaded out as my PvP ship, which is kind of funny. But yeah, my below decks is for a battleship. I need to get another officer down there. Yeah. Use all my Section 31 credits for Sloan. Try to pull them every day now. And yeah, it's not a bad idea because Sloan is extremely valuable. He's very useful to all players. Let me see. Can I afford to do another speed up? I can. Let me go ahead and do that. And then I should actually be able to get more of that currency now. Yep. Claim. I collect more of those. Now I'm back at my max. Sloan farming is slow. It is. The quickest way to get more Sloan credits is to level him up. That's the quickest way. Which that reminds me, speaking of, do I have him upgraded all the way? Yep, level 85. All right, so I've got Kirk. Ties Kirk and Kirk. All right, so we beat that one. Is anybody going to launch another one? Because I've been launching a lot of armadas. And there's another 650K. All right. We'll probably try to do some wave defense with my alliance a little bit later today. See chat, no need to wait for an event. Upgrade when you want to upgrade. Yeah, I don't hold off on fleet commander upgrades. Yeah, I do those immediately. Are the always on perks on even if the commanders are slotted? Yes. Hence always on. Yes. This is why I invest in them. All right, let's go ahead and repair this. We'll send our Monavine back out to do some le damage. Right over here. I probably need to go do some more mining with Voyager. Finally got a Syndicate 36. Unlock the Agimus. Probably will start using that for hostile and wave grinding. Yeah, I'm a bit of a ways away from it, just to show everybody. Right there is where you get that full forbidden tech. Right there, I'm 5 levels away. But for those curious what it does, go ahead and show chat. I do love free-to-play, items. So this one's going to give you a huge boosting against hostiles, boost hostile rewards, increases critical damage against hostiles, and isolytic damage against hostiles. So, like I said, super good. This is what it does max out. A 1200% boosting to your piercing, which honestly, that's kind of meh. But 36% rewards boost, and then these two boosts mean lots more damage. So that is one that you get at Syndicate 36. A little bit down the road for most of y'all, but still there. I dropped my Green Lantern ring. Oh well. Any word on towel sourcing? Nope. No word on towel sourcing. Get the benefits upgrade now or collect the pittance of rewards STFC will possibly offer in an event later. That's exactly how I see it. And I would rather get the rewards now. I feel like that's going to be a better value to me and probably a better value to most players to go ahead and get the rewards now. But mitigation does max. You're right. But every hostile player, etc., has different penetration, so it may be maxing against one hostile, but not another. Yeah, absolutely right. Coming Thune. Exactly, Kinslayer. Everything's coming Thune. Thune is just such a relative statement, but everything is coming Thune. All your hopes and dreams are coming Thune. All right, let's see. Away teams. Already got all those running. This is another area that I think would be great to have an expansion in. Field training, I do need to go do this. Probably should go grind more Zindi hostiles than I do. Not even probably. I should go grind more Zindi hostiles than I do. That would give me a little bit more in credits, and then let me just finish out another field training. And I guess technically I would get some Trip Tucker and Jonathan Archer shards. House 55 in the oven, but waiting until I scrap a jelly at net gain first. Nice, Ken. This will probably be the month that y'all see me push 51 plus. We'll see. But I've hit all my goals. I've made it past Syndicate 30. I've got all the blueprints for my ships. I think my max strength is about 135 million power. Yeah, I'm going to start pushing into the 5-star this go around. So this will be my last month in the G4 leaderboard bracket. I'll scroll where we at right there. But see, like I've got 4 ships just screaming my name. 53 by the end of the year. Oh, definitely Bad Wolf. Oh, absolutely. I'll probably be 53 by the end of summer / end of fall. And I'll be sitting at 53 maybe around Christmas. But yeah, I'll absolutely be 53 by the end of the year, Bad Wolf. Don't worry about that one. The question after that would be like, do I want to push to 55 for the rare acquisition? Because the rare bottleneck exists in G5. But yeah, this will be the last month probably. Then I'll start pushing up. Other than Sol, where's a good system to grind Kelvin BPs? Any Federation system that is level 47 or higher hostiles. Got Trip burning a hole in your pocket? Well, I wouldn't say burning a hole in my pocket, but I'm a little under 1 trillion now. And then I've got, what, 5 trillion here? I mean, I'm not saying I have a stupid amount of tritanium, but I will get more tritanium. I am sitting on a just stupid butt ton of the Queen's Favor stuff. So once I get this upgraded and I'm actually, you know, in the 50s, this will help significantly. I mean, honestly, I can pull these now. I've got so many of them just sitting. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and rebuild some of our coffers there for our Queen's favors. But yeah, I mean, I have enough to make that push, and I have enough, depending on what day I want to do it. The only thing that's going to be a bottleneck early on is obviously the 5-star mats, but I'll be able to start working through some of that this month. There we go. That way I can start working on the Vorcha, and y'all can just go ahead and imagine how long I'm going to be at 53 with me having 4 different ships I'm going to be investing into. I'm not going to take the Nova very high, but the Vorcha is going to go to at least tier 7, and the Corvus and Northcut tier 3 minimum for both. Probably both will end up tier 5, and I might end up taking the Vorcha to tier 9. Not because it necessarily is amazing, but because that's just the pace of play I'm usually at. So, shame on YouTube for not having troll redeems with points. Got to come over to the Twitch channel. This is my highest level account? No. But the way the game changes every year, you could restart this game every 2 years, and your strategies and experience would be different every time. So it would be a fresh play of the game. You might have a knowledge of something, but the game changes so much every couple of years just in its totality. It's going to be different. I mean, how people process through the 30s now is different than the 3 times I've already done it. Significantly different. The only thing that's probably remained the same is the level of ridiculousness that is the Devore and Discovery parts grinds. But other than that, a lot of things have just drastically changed. So that's why I say it's all about building a style that you enjoy and playing like that. We're going to wrap it up because I will be live again in 2 hours on Twitch. Feel free to come join. Y'all are amazing. Live long and plunder. Stay safe, other Space Cowboys. Hit me up on Facebook or Discord. If you have any questions or need any help, more than happy to help you out with any game that we play. Also want you to be part of our community, so love you, appreciate you. Deuces, and I will see you a little bit later.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.